guys, welcome back. Today we're just going to be doing a very simple DIY, and it's using glass bottles or plastic bottles and stuff. And I'm just going to be repurposing them for some of my crafting items. So for this project you will need a pair of scissors, a glue gun, a glue stick, and a sponge brush. You will also be needing a jar, some paint, something to mix the paint in, a container to mix the paint in, and some cardstock. This is some leftover cardstock that I had from an earlier project, and I'm going to use it and try to incorporate it in my color scheme of my crafting room. Okay, so we're going to start off first by mixing the paint. Now, I'm going to try to get the color. It's like a pinky beige color. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to try to match that color. Hopefully I will. I did an earlier one, and I did it green with the green color, and it almost clashes, I think. So I'm going to go with that pink beige color. My thing is stuck. Okay. Now, this is some old pink paint that I had before, so now I'm just going to mix it up with some of the white. Where is that? Here we go. Now, this is some paint that I picked up from the dollar store. Works just as well. So I'll use that, and if I don't get the right color there, then I'll probably add just a bit of brown. But you can do whatever color it is that you want, you know, whatever color scheme you're going to do this for. You can do these for your kitchen, use them for pencil holders or whatever. So this is probably the closest I'm going to get, and it looks more like one of the flower colors. So I'm not going to sit here and paint it up for you for 3 hours, so I'm just going to get right into it. Now, you're going to want to paint the whole entire thing. You don't have to paint the bottom, but I do. This time I might skip over it. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a nice layer of paint over it, over my jar. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm on camera, and I keep pulling my projects to me so I can get a better hold on them and a better view of what I'm doing. So you're just going to paint this whole thing. You can choose to paint the rim or leave the rim clear. I paint the rim. This one, I think I'm going to try painting it, leaving it clear, because I have one that's already painted, and I wasn't sure if I liked it. So I'm going to leave this rim clear and see how I like that. You might need a couple of coats. So we will paint this one up, let it dry, and when it's dry, I still need to do the cover. Now, you don't have to keep the cover. I'm not going to be using the cover, but sometimes I repurpose things that I have, and, you know, and sometimes I would need a cover. So I'm going to paint the cover, and what I'm going to do is hot glue it to the bottom. So that way, if I decide to repurpose this jar, I'll know where the cover is. Okay, so my paint is now dry. It is still a little translucent here. You can see through it when like the light hits, but I'm not too worried about it because I'll be covering that part with cardstock. So the next thing I did was I decided how much of this jar I wanted covered. So I measured out what I wanted, and this is such an old ruler that most of the lines are missing. So I went ahead and made my own line on there. And then on the back of the cardstock, I put I lined it up. I put a dot where I wanted it, dot on the other side where I wanted it, and then I just lined my ruler up with the 2 lines and made a line going across. So now it's time to cut. Now this cardstock is kind of thick, so when you're applying it, you might want to apply a lot of the Mod Podge. I don't remember if I mentioned that we needed Mod Podge in the beginning of the tutorial, but we do. We'll be needing Mod Podge. So, I'm just going to go straight into my container. And I will be putting Mod Podge all over the jar, just to give it a little bit of a shinier look to it. Now you can do this project with cans, jars, bottles, anything really. And it's kind of simple. Even baskets. Get wicker baskets and stuff and you can Mod Podge that. Move this out of the way. Line this up the way that I want. Now this is where, if you're having a hard time keeping your paper there, this would be where you would use your glue gun, to hold it in place. I'm not too worried about it, not right now, but I might. This isn't. Okay. For Pete's sake. What it is this jar has a groove in it, and that's what's, I'm trying to keep it inside those grooves. So, cut out the extra. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. And once you have it there, you're going to want to hold it in place for a minute. Then you're going to want to go over it with another coat of Mod Podge. Seal it in here. Now you can use a matte or a glossy, it doesn't matter. I like glossy for this project anyways, so I'm going to just keep putting it all around the cardstock in the bottom. And if you're realizing partway through this that the paint isn't sticking the way that you like, or it's not smooth, you can use a thin layer of Mod Podge first, which will give it something, it will give it more like a tackier feel, and the paint might stick better. This is just for my craft room, so I'm not really worried about it. If I was putting something in my kitchen, I'd probably be a little more concerned, but okay, there we go. Now we just gotta let that dry, and we'll be back. Okay, so my Mod Podge is dried, and now I'm going to just glue the cover to the bottom of the jar. Like I said, this is a step that you can skip. I don't know what is wrong with my mouth today. I've been stumbling over words and everything. So I'm just going to hot glue it, so that way if I decide I want to repurpose it, I know exactly where the cover is. Oh, yeah, it's hollow in the middle. That's not helping. Man, oh man, talk about batting zero here. Okay, ouch. And there you have it. Okay, so now my project is complete. This one is holding my paintbrushes. I also have two more, which are coordinated with that item. Let me see if I can get them all in frame for you. All right, so this is the one that I actually made today in front of you on camera. This is the green one where I was saying I wasn't sure if I liked whether or not I wanted the green background or the pink. So I'm going to keep it in this order where the green one is in the center and the two paintbrush ones are on the side, or the two pink ones are on the side. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.